This is such a diverse show, and yet I feel everything hangs together. Everything relates to nature, the trees, to our feelings about them. I've done many shows, but I feel in some ways this is the most interesting one I have ever done.
The space here, when we developed it, and I have a big space inside, had a big space in Santa Monica, 10,000 square foot, and this one is at 22,000 square foot, so it's a little bigger. And we started creating the walls here, and I really felt like I wanted to sort of keep it open and look at the ceiling and feel the space. And it's almost like, the windows are big, you look outside, you see the space outside. It's almost like you can feel the outside coming in. And even if you look at the floor, there is like some green paint, which is all chipped off, but it almost could be leaves, it's like flowing in. So it's okay, it's very industrial, but at the same time, it can be anything. It's a great blank palette for anything, really.
Most all people have a vision of a forest from pictures. Some have gone to forests and things, but that's why signs was so, to me, the important part of the theme is because we're showing you aspects of forests. What they have there, they have insects, they have leaves, they have trees and water, but primarily when they're looking at this, they can relate to a forest of trees, but also to a forest of buildings. So it pulls them together.
I looked around the airport on trees, and there are actually some really nice areas that are planted by the city. And I went in there, and I would take photographs, and squirrels would come out. And so I actually started feeling like I'm actually in a forest, although it was more urban. There are plants everywhere. You just have to look for it, and it brings, even on if you walk in the morning in your neighborhood, there are trees. So it's almost like celebrating, like bringing the plants indoors, and kind of makes you look outside and see what's there.
I'm just impressed with the everyone's point of view and sensibility and their own take on what could be in a forest or a sign of a forest. So I had no expectations about what I was going to see in the show, and then was so taken aback and surprised by the divergent and variety of work in the show.